Hey Travis County, welcome back. This is the last part of Recycle, Upcycle. I'm Tamara Schubert, your Family Consumer Science Agent for NMSU and Travis County Cooperative Extension. We've been talking all month about the trash that we produce and what ends up in our landfills and ways to reduce that. As Americans, we generate more trash than any other nation in the world, and we have a big part to play in protecting our environment and our natural resources. And along the way, we can save a little bit in our budgets. So reduction and reuse are the best ways to keep things out of our landfill. Week 1, we looked at grocery shopping. Remember to buy in bulk and take those reusable bags. We did turn milk cartons into handy dandy storage containers for lunches, for use in the house or the craft room, or even in your workshops. Week 2, remember all those clothes? Remember that you can look at homeless shelters and Goodwill stores as a way to donate those somewhere else before they end up in the landfill. Or we talked about ways to crochet or braid those into a rug for your bathroom or your kids' room or any small area in your house. Week 3 was all about buying in bulk and reusing those plastics. So if you remember, plastics take 20 to 500 years to decompose depending on which ones they're made out of. So we took big bulk containers and made the tops on them so that you can use these for storage. They're great in a kid's room, they're great in craft rooms, and they hold a lot of stuff. Saves you money at the store. You don't have to buy those individual plastic buckets. This week is our last week and we're talking about glass. So glass is one of those things that stays in our landfills a long time, but it's also one of those things that we can get the most use out of. So you have probably more glass in your house than you think. We find them in lots of food things, spaghetti sauces, salsa jars, pickles, Alfredo sauces, things like that. And there's many ways to reuse them. You can put them in your bathroom counters that hold your cotton balls, your Q-tips. You can put them in your pantry to hold foods and dry goods. The office, they hold paper clips and things like that. Or your craft room holds buttons and other things. You can paint them, you can stain them, you can dress them up or dress them down. Remove those labels. Remember, as we talked last week, with a little bit of hot water, some baking soda and oil, and you have a great little jar. So there's lots of ways to upcycle these jars. You can put a bottom on them if you'd like to hold them up a little bit. I painted my lids. The best way to do this is to hit them with a little bit of sandpaper to rough them up. The paint holds a lot better. And then you can spray paint them, or I used a little bit of acrylic paint this morning. So it's an easy way to dress up your jars. The other way to dress up your jars real easy is to attach something on the top. So if you've got old doorknobs, old cabinet knobs, old anything, any item that you may collect, they're great on top to dress them up just a little bit, especially if you're going for a different look. If you're using them in the craft room, you can glue something, whatever you're putting inside, glue it on top too. You know exactly where it is when you're looking at the top. If you're putting them in the kids' room, take the kids' little plastic figurines, you can paint them the same color as your lid and glue them right on top. This is the end of our Recycle Upcycle. Hopefully you guys learned something this month and some tips and tricks that you can use along the way to save a little bit in your budget. Join us next month. We'll have lots more goodies for you. And remember, have a good weekend.